Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. So let's take a look again on the euro currency. Price action stands relatively slow, so we could gradually follow the trading setups that we have currently. So first of all, the most important thing that currently everything stands a bit not quite simple. So if you're watching for recent news and maybe you're tracking some other markets, for example the stock market, you could see that yesterday was really strong downside action on the DAX index. It's European, one of the major indexes. So take a look what has happened yesterday on the DAX. It's collapsed. And here, guys, by the way, was the confidence support. This was 1563, 1565 approximately. This market is broken and down. Some jump in the VIX index also has happened. So it means that, that might be the indication and the preparation for a European Central Bank meeting. Usually, this type of action could follow if European Central Bank will make a hint or announced the contraction of the pandemic measures, supportive measures of the economy, because that will be a negative impact on the stock market. It may be indeed something stands behind it. So recent news and expectation on the market that indeed market society is expecting something should happen. Because even in the vehicle report, when we talk about this, Reuters have made the poll of the big banks that suggest that European Central Bank meeting should touch this subject in the coming statement. So it might be different in terms of the hawkishness of dovishness, but this topic can't be ignored, and probably they will say something about these pandemic supportive measures. That makes, in general, impact on the euro currency as well. So currently we could talk about some technical moments, but as you understand, currently everything will depend on the statement that will be major driving factor for today. On the daily chart, market has shown the pullback that we discussed. On the intraday chart, we have nice print by the buy setup. So here's thrust up, as we said, retracement. It will be the chance to go long with a scalp long position. But in general, for the longer term here, we would like to get the reverse head and shoulders. That should clarify and justify the chance that euro could keep climbing higher. So it could show the reversal, especially with the OP target that has not been reached yet below these lows. And European Central Bank statement could really shed the light on this perspective. For instance, if European Central Bank announce the contraction of this program, it really could lead to upward action. So euro could start rising, becoming of the more tightening policy for the current. If nothing will happen, it could lead to the drop here and reversal of the stock market as well. With this drop, I'm not be surprised if euro will keep tending to the target that we have around 1620 area. This is the first moment. If we'll take a look at the dollar index simultaneously, you will see that on the dollar index, the pattern that we discussed has not been cancelled totally. So actually, you could see how accurately with this downward swing, extensions still stand. So take a look, it's very accurate, 127 extension of the first swing, first drive, 161 and stand 94.05 right here. And if you measure the 127 of the second drive, you can see that perfectly matched to 1618 of the first. So by the ratios, this pattern looks absolutely perfect. The question is whether the market will keep going higher with the rising of the dollar and weakness on the euro, and that depends on the central bank statement today, I suppose, because we have no other strong driving factors on this week. Maybe on next week it will be the Fed statement, I do not know. But currently, it seems that many things depend on it. So, what I would like to say is that it's not final word been said yet in this subject of drop on the euro to the 1620 target and upward direction on the dollar index. This bullish performance on the euro still looks fragile. So, speaking on the shorter term, you can see on the 4-time frame chart actually the stop that we discussed recently was ready to play. So you can see XOP has been touched. Market stands under strong support and is relatively safe. Try and take the long position if you haven't done this yet, with a possible upward action. It's well, the major risk is that you could get in the doom and gloom on the central bank statement, but you still have a few hours. Maybe market will show the bounce here. That will let you move to the break even, because technically this overall area looks very strong, and if we wouldn't have this central bank meeting today, I would say that it's a good chance for making a scalp long trade on the 4-time frame chart. On the hourly chart here, we do not have any clear pattern. It's bullish reversal pattern, so that could give more background for upward action. But in general, guys, when you're dealing with the so short-term setups, the existence of the strong support area, it also could be treated as a directional pattern. So in current situation, when the XOP already has been met, even this XOP that from the top of the, you can see mostly has been completed. So if you consider taking the position with the placing stop somewhere below this area, well, that's probably could be done. But that, guys, only for those of you who feel confident with the trading of this stuff right at the eve of the central bank meeting, very, very short-term perspective. For others who are trading daily time frame and prefer to keep positions more or less longer term, at least a few days, it would be better to wait for clarity, because actually the pattern that we are watching for is not in place yet. So the hand shoulders is going to final point to be completed, but it is not completed yet. And from that standpoint, it would be better to wait and see what will happen. So that's actually what we have currently on euro currency.